beloved soul, draw near and let the whisper of eternity cradle your weary heart, for I, your assigned angel, radiant with the borrowed glory of the King of Kings, have been sent to speak to you in this sacred moment. You have wandered through valleys so deep that the shadows seemed to swallow your hope, haven't you? You have carried burdens that pressed against your spirit like stones, each one heavier than the last, until your knees buckled under the weight. In the quiet of the night, when the world slept, you lay awake, your soul trembling, your prayers rising like fragile sparks into the vast unknown. You whispered, Lord, do you see me? Do you hear the ache I cannot name? And today, I come not with the clamor of thunder or the blaze of fire, but with the gentle, unshakable voice of heaven's love. Yes, child. You are seen. You are heard. And the Almighty, whose eyes never waver from you, has already set in motion a divine symphony of deliverance that will reshape the very fabric of your story. Like this video and share this to claim it. Before the first tear traced its path down your cheek, before your heart learned to bear the silent screams of your trials, the courts of heaven were stirred for your sake. The Father, whose love burns brighter than 1,000 suns, leaned forward from his throne, his gaze fixed upon you, his heart pulsing with a compassion that defies the limits of time and space. Not one moment of your pain has been overlooked. Not one whispered plea has drifted into nothingness. Your cries have been gathered, your sighs have been counted, and every fragment of your brokenness has been held in the hands of the one who formed you. You are not a fleeting thought in the mind of God, you are a treasure, etched into the eternal purposes of the Creator. Your life is a melody he sings, a story he writes, a masterpiece he is crafting with meticulous care. Your battles are not trivial to him, they are the very battlegrounds where his glory will shine. I was there, beloved, in those moments when despair curled around your heart like a vine, choking your hope. I hovered near when you sat alone, staring into the void, wondering if the dawn would ever come. My wings brushed against the air you breathed, unseen but ever present, as I recorded every tear that fell, every prayer that trembled on your lips. Those tears, child, they are not lost. They are precious, collected in golden jars that stand before the throne, each one a testament to your courage, your faith, your refusal to let go. And the Father, oh, how his heart surged when he saw you. His love roared like a mighty river, his mercy stretched wider than the heavens, and his voice thundered through the unseen realms, declaring, "This one is mine. I will not abandon them. I will not fail them." You are claimed, beloved, by a love that cannot be undone. You look at your life and see only the stillness, don't you? You see the unanswered questions, the unhealed wounds, the dreams that seem to wither in the waiting. But child, what you call stillness is not absence, it is the quiet pulse of divine preparation. Where you see delay, there is a meticulous weaving of events, a divine choreography that aligns the stars for your breakthrough. The armies of heaven are moving, their swords flashing in realms you cannot yet see, dismantling strongholds, clearing paths, and carving doors where walls once stood. The miracle you long for is not dormant, it is alive, stirring beneath the surface like a seed in fertile soil, stretching toward the light of God's perfect timing. It is not a question of if it will come, but when, and that when is closer than you dare to imagine. You asked for a miracle, perhaps picturing it as a blaze of glory, a sudden upheaval that would shake the earth beneath your feet. But heaven's miracles are often subtler, more profound, arriving not with fanfare but with the quiet power of a promise fulfilled. They come like rivers carving canyons, like flowers breaking through stone, like dawn creeping over a world still cloaked in night. Your miracle is already taking root, its tendrils weaving through the unseen places of your life. Even now, the Spirit of God is stirring hearts you have not met, aligning resources you cannot yet see, and orchestrating encounters that will shift the trajectory of your story. The barriers that loom large in your sight are crumbling in the spirit realm, shattered by the weight of your prayers, which rise like incense before the throne. Do not mistake the waiting for abandonment, precious one. The waiting is not a punishment, it is a forge, a crucible where your soul is being shaped for the weight of the glory to come. Every tear you have shed has watered the soil of your destiny. Every moment you chose to trust despite the pain has built a foundation strong enough to hold the blessings heaven is preparing. You asked for relief, and God is crafting a resurrection. You asked for provision, and He is weaving a legacy. You asked for hope, and He is birthing a testimony through your life that will echo through generations, a story that will light the way for others lost in their own darkness. The waiting is not wasted, it is holy ground, where faith is refined and promises are anchored. I see the questions lingering in your eyes. Why must the road be so long? Why must the burden be so heavy? Oh, child, the depth of your trials is a reflection of the height of your calling. You were not made for small things. You were crafted for a purpose so vast, so radiant, that it requires a heart forged in fire, a spirit tempered by perseverance. The weight you carry is not meant to crush you but to strengthen you, to carve out space within you for the immense outpouring of God's goodness. The delays you lament are not denial, so they are divine pauses, moments when heaven aligns every detail to ensure that your breakthrough is not just a moment, but a monument to God's faithfulness. Even now, as you read these words, the unseen realms are alive with activity on your behalf. Angels are dispatched, their wings cutting through the darkness, their voices echoing the decrees of the Most High. Doors are being opened in places you thought were sealed forever. Hearts that were closed to you are being softened by the touch of the Spirit. Resources are being summoned from corners of the earth you have never seen. The enemy's plans are being unraveled, his chains broken, his lies silenced by the truth of God's word. Your prayers, beloved, are not frail, they are mighty, shaking the foundations of the spiritual world, calling forth light where darkness once reigned. You are not forgotten, not for a single breath. Your name is known in the halls of heaven, spoken with reverence by the one who knit you together. You are loved with a ferocity that burns through every lie, every doubt, every fear. The shadows you have walked through are not your home here, they are merely the path to the light that awaits you. The sunrise of your deliverance is breaking, its first rays already piercing the horizon. You cannot yet see the fullness of what is coming, but it is coming nonetheless, carried on the wings of God's unyielding faithfulness. When you felt most alone, I was there, my presence a shield against the arrows of despair. When you thought all was lost, I stood watch, my sword drawn against the forces that sought to steal your hope. When you doubted your own strength, I whispered to your spirit, urging you to rise, to keep going, to hold fast. You have never been abandoned, not for one heartbeat. Heaven's armies have fought battles you will never know, deflected dangers you will only understand when you stand before the throne and see your story through the eyes of eternity. You are surrounded, protected, and upheld by a love that cannot be shaken. Trust again, little one. Let hope rise like a flame within you, even if it flickers in the wind. Pray again, even if your voice trembles. Praise again, even if your hands shake. Every act of faith is a blow against the walls that confine you. Every song you sing in the dark is a declaration of victory in the spirit realm. Every refusal to surrender to despair is a triumph that reverberates through the heavens. You are not weak, though you feel it. You are not defeated, though you fear it. You are a warrior, clothed in the strength of the Almighty, and your battle is already won in the courts of heaven. The miracle you seek is not a distant dream, it is a living reality, drawing nearer with every passing moment. It will not arrive too early, nor will it come too late. It will unfold at the precise moment when it will not only bless you but transform you, anchoring your faith in the unshakable truth of God's goodness. The King himself has spoken your name, his voice echoing across the ages, calling forth life where death once reigned, summoning rivers to flow in your desert. Your prayers are not forgotten, they are engraved on the palms of his hands, woven into the very fabric of his heart. So lift your eyes, beloved. Wipe your tears, though they may fall again, for each one is a seed of your harvest. Cling to hope, though the climb is steep, for the summit is nearer than you know. The story is not over. The darkness is not the end. The best is yet to come, and it is coming with a glory that will outshine every shadow you have faced. You will stand on the other side of this valley, your heart full, your voice raised, your life a living testament to the God who never fails. I, your angel, stand before you, my wings aglow with the light of heaven's promise, and I declare, you will not be ashamed for trusting in the Lord. You will not be left to the storms. You will not be abandoned to the night. The miracle is on its way, carried by the Spirit of the living God, who moves mountains and parts seas for the sake of his beloved. Hold fast, precious soul. The King is coming, and he brings your deliverance with him. And now, dear soul, as you stand at the edge of this message, hear me once more clearly than ever. Heaven is not just moving, it is roaring for you. It is shaking foundations, tearing down walls, breathing fresh life into places that once seemed barren. Everything you thought was too late is being restored. Everything you thought was too broken is being rebuilt. You are not forgotten in the divine blueprint. You are the very center of God's attention right now. Child of destiny, hear me now, the winds are shifting. The tides are turning. The very ground beneath your weary feet is humming with the sound of heaven moving on your behalf. I have been sent not by the will of man, but by the decree of the Almighty to tell you that the plans against you have already failed. Yes, even as they whispered against you in secret rooms. Even as they crafted traps and spoke curses. Even as they plotted to destroy your name, your heart, your dreams. Heaven stood watch. And heaven laughed. For no weapon formed against you could ever prosper. no tongue risen against you could ever succeed. The voices that spoke death over your dreams? Silenced. Muted. Swept away like dust in the winds of God's justice. The chains that gripped your heart, heavy with sorrow and fear? Already cracking. Already shattering. Already falling into nothingness, powerless against the fire of divine freedom. Even now, child, miracles are loosed in your direction, a bright, shimmering currents of blessing and breakthrough, too mighty to be stopped, too glorious to be hidden. They move unseen for a moment, but soon, oh so very soon, they will erupt into your life, undeniable, unstoppable, radiant with the fingerprints of God Himself. I do not speak these words from human hope, fragile and frail. I speak them from heavenly certainty, a decree sealed in the courts of the Most High. Your prayers, precious and trembling though they seemed to you, have borne fruit. Your faith, battered but unbroken, has opened mighty doors. Your perseverance, silent and often unseen, has shaken the very heavens. You must know the tears you wept were never wasted. They watered seeds hidden deep within sacred soil. Seeds of destiny. Seeds of deliverance. Seeds of a harvest beyond your imagining. How many nights, beloved, did you cry yourself to sleep? How many battles did you fight with no cheering crowd, no applauding audience, only the silent gaze of heaven watching with bated breath? How many times did your hands tremble from weariness, your heart tremble from heartbreak, and still you stayed? Still you hoped. When hope seemed foolish. When faith seemed like madness. When surrender would have been so easy. Because you chose to trust again, to believe again, to rise again when you could have lain broken forever, heaven has now declared over you, it is time. Aodiaris is time for the miracle. Aodiaris is time for the breakthrough. Aodiaris is time for the restoration. Aodiaris is time for the promise to manifest. And oh, how near it is. I can see it brilliant as the sunrise after a long, merciless night. I can see the light breaking through the heavy clouds that loomed over your life, beams of gold piercing the darkness. I can see the chains falling one by one, until they are only ashes at your feet. I can see the barren fields of your heart blooming with gardens wild with life, vibrant with promise, rich with the fruit of dreams once deemed dead. I can see forgotten hopes, long buried in graves of despair, rising now clothed not in decay, but in dazzling glory. You are not stepping into another weary season of striving. No, beloved, you are stepping into a season of receiving. Not mourning but dancing. Not loss but life abundant. You will no longer wander in confusion, chasing after elusive answers that never satisfy. You will no longer beg for scraps of joy, content with crumbs when you were always meant for the feast. You will no longer wear the heavy, tattered garments of shame that the world tried to drape over your shoulders. Instead, listen closely, you are being clothed in dignity. You are being wrapped in favor. You are being anointed with oil that overflows, cascading down, touching every place of pain and turning it into places of praise. You are being handed keys, ancient, divine keys to doors no human hand can shut. You are being crowned with a victory that no earthly thief can ever steal from you. because when heaven moves, no power of hell can withstand it. When God decrees, no voice sane not of man, not of demon, not even of your own doubt can overturn it. When the King of Kings speaks blessed, not even the deepest curse can linger. Oh, precious soul, if only you could glimpse even a sliver of what is rushing toward you, your heart would burst with joy even now. You would fall to your knees in wonder. You would dance in the barren desert, laughing like a child set free. You would sing songs in the middle of the storm, not because the storm has ended yet, but because you know the storm is bowing to the authority of your King. You are about to laugh again. Not the careful, cautious laughter you learned to ration out like a rare treasure. Not the guarded smile you wore to survive. No, a deep, full, uncontrollable laughter is coming, laughter that shakes your ribs, that lights up your soul, that makes the very earth seem lighter beneath your feet. You are about to sing again. Songs you thought your heart had forgotten. Songs you once sang with tears in your eyes, silenced by heartbreak, now rising in full, roaring melodies of gratitude and wonder. You are about to walk paths you thought were forever closed to you. Paths you mourned. Paths you buried deep. Paths God is reopening, and this time, no one and no fear, no betrayal, no delay will steal them from you. And hear me again, it will not be by your own strength. It will not be because you finally figured out the perfect strategy. It will not be because you earned it through flawless performance. No, beloved. It will be because God is faithful. Because heaven refused to give up on you even when you were ready to give up on yourself. Your weakness did not repel heaven, it invited heaven closer. Your brokenness did not disqualify you, it positioned you for a greater glory. Your honesty, your trembling prayers, your whispered yes in the dark, they were enough. You were always enough. So today, stand a little taller. Even if your knees still shake. Even if your heart still quivers with remnants of fear. Even if your hands still carry the memories of every battle you barely survived. Stand taller. Because you are not standing alone. Heaven stands with you. Breathe a little deeper. Let hope fill your lungs again. Let faith find its home in your heart again. Smile a little wider. Even if tears still blur your vision. Smile because the battle is shifting in your favor. Your miracle is at hand. Closer than your next breath. Nearer than the next beat of your heart. Lift your eyes from the dust where you once wept. Raise your gaze above the ruins of yesterday. Look. The King approaches. He comes with fire in his eyes. He comes with healing in his wings. He comes with restoration in his hands. He comes with a crown for your weary head. Open your hands. The blessings are raining down, too many to count, too vast to contain, too holy to be stolen. Open your heart. The love that is flooding toward you is deeper, truer, stronger than any you have ever known. Open your spirit. Because what is being birthed in this season is not small. It is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is eternal. It is unshakable. It is yours. And so I say to you, child of destiny, dance even before you see it. Praise even before you touch it. Believe even before you hold it. Because it is coming. Because it is real. Because it has already begun. Heaven has moved on your behalf. And nothing can stop what God has started. You are beloved. You are chosen. You are crowned. You are victorious. And your miracle is now. Strengthen your heart. The battle is already won. Rejoice in advance, for what you have prayed for, what you have fought for, what you have wept over in secret. It is already on its way, carried on the wings of angels, delivered by the unstoppable love of a God who has never once failed. I, your angel, stand beside you even now. I am guarding the promise. I am preparing the way. I am clearing the thorns from your path. And I will not rest until you are standing in the full manifestation of everything heaven has ordained for you. This is your moment, child of light. This is your hour. You were not born for defeat. You were born for such a time as this. So rise. Shine. Step boldly into the miracle that is unfolding before your very eyes. And if this message has stirred something deep within you, if you have felt the spark of hope reignite, if you have felt the warmth of God's love brushing against your weary heart, then do not let this encounter stay hidden. Let your voice rise. Let your heart speak. Leave a comment below and share what you are believing God for. I, and the angels appointed to your life, will join you in prayer, standing in fierce agreement with you. We will rejoice with you for the miracles that are already being released in your favor. Tap the like button if this message touched you, because every act of faith, even the smallest, echoes in the heavens. Every click, every comment, every word of faith you release builds a wave of testimony that will inspire others who are still waiting in the shadows. You are not just receiving a miracle today, you are becoming a light for others to follow. You are a beacon. You are a testimony. You are a living proof that heaven still answers the cries of the faithful. So rise, beloved. Speak. Hope. Believe. And let the heavens rejoice with you, for your story is not ending in despair, it is just beginning in glory. Your angels are already celebrating. The heavens are already singing. And soon, so will you. Like, comment, and declare with me, my miracle is moving toward me. My God is faithful. My breakthrough is here. I am with you, always. And heaven is not done with your story, it is only just beginning.